Today we are doing this bronzed lifted soft glam makeup look. A sharp wing width that elongates the eyes, a glossy champagne lid, fluffy full brows, smooth sculpted skin, and the perfect nude matte lip. It's glam, but still clean, super flattering on camera and in real life. I'll show you how to get the skin looking blurred but still glowy, how I build the wing so it's lifted and symmetrical, and the exact lip technique for that soft, full nude. This look is amazing if you want your face to look snatched but not heavy. Starting with skin prep. For this finish, you want hydration, but not too much sleep. I'm applying a lightweight moisturizer and really pressing it into the skin. If you are doing this in the daytime, apply SPF and give it a few minutes to set. Then I'm adding lip balm, now so the lips are smooth by the time we line them. Primer is optional, but for this look I like a pore blurring primer around the nose and the inner cheeks, and a light gripping primer where I want the foundation to last, usually the outer cheeks and jaw. Keep it thin. Too much primer is one of the main reasons makeup separates. For foundation, choose something medium coverage with a natural or soft matte finish. I'm placing it mostly in the center of the face, where we need the most coverage, and blending outward. That automatically keeps the perimeter lighter and gives a lifted effect. I'm smoothing with a brush first for an even layer, then pressing with a damp sponge to melt everything into the skin. Now concealer. I'm applying a brightening concealer in the inner corner, a touch of the outer corner, around the nose, the center of the forehead, and a little on the chin, then blending upward toward the temple. That upward direction is everything. It's lifted without adding more product. Let's sculpt. I'm using a cream bronzer that's not too cool and not too orange, something neutral warm. I place it slightly above the hollow of the cheek, on the forehead close to the hair, lower jaw, on the bridge of the nose, and I blend it up toward the temple. If you blend down, you'll drag the face, so keep your blending direction up and back. For blush, a peachy nude looks perfect with this bronzed vibe. I'm placing it high on the cheekbones and slightly back, almost where you would place highlight. This makes the face look lifted and fresh. To keep the base smooth, I'm setting strategically. I press powder under the eyes, around the nose, and through the smile lines, only where I crease. If you want the super perfect finish, like in the reference, press the powder in with a puff. Let it sit for a few seconds and then lightly dust the excess away. These brows are full and fluffy, but still clean. First I brush the hair up with a strong hold gel. Then I lightly fill any gaps with a pencil, especially the tail. I keep the front very soft so it doesn't look blocky. I'm priming the lid so the shadow blends smoothly and the shimmer stays bright. A thin layer is enough. Then I lightly set it so we don't skip when we blend. I'm starting with a soft warm taupe or light brown in the crease. I'm blending it slightly above my natural crease, and I'm pulling it out toward the tail of the brows. Think of this as our guide for the lifted shape. Next, I'm taking a deeper matte brown and building depths on the outer corner. I'm using a smaller brush and keeping the pigment concentrated on the outer third of the eye. The secret to a clean smoky eye is building slowly and blending the edges with a clean fluffy brush. Now for the wing. I always map it out with a dark eyeshadow first. It's softer and easier to correct. I stamp it along the lash line, then flick it outward, following the angle of the lower lash line. Once I like the shape, I go in with a gel or liquid liner and define the outer half. That gives the wings that crisp, lifted finish without making the whole eye look too harsh. If you want a rosy shape, clean the edge with a tiny bit of concealer. For that glossy lid effect, I'm pressing a champagne shimmer onto the center and inner part of the lid. Pressing instead of swiping gives the strongest shine. Then I'm add a brighter highlight in the inner corner to make the eyes look bigger and more awake. To balance the eye, I smoke a soft brown along the lower lash line and connect it into the wing. Keep it tight to the lashes and diffused. This adds length without pulling the eye down. And optional, a dark pencil on the waterline if you want extra darkness. Lashes are a big part of this look. I curl first, then apply mascara mostly at the roots. I decided not to wear false eyelashes since my eyes were already shiny, but you can if you want. A tiny touch of highlight on the tip and bridge of the nose adds that editorial glow, but don't overdo it. And if you crease around the mouth, add the smallest amount of powder there. For the lips, we are doing the sculpted nude matte. I'm using a nude brown liner and slightly overline only at the center, on the cupid's bow and the middle of the lower lip. I keep the corners closer to my natural lip line, so it still looks realistic. Then I blend the liner inward and apply a lighter nude lipstick in the center to create a soft gradient. For a smoother finish, you can tap a tiny bit of concealer around the edges and blend. This cleans up the shape. And this is the finished bronzed soft glam. Lifted wing, sparkling lid, sculpted cheeks, and that perfect nude lip. I always recommend doing a quick phone flash check to make sure everything looks smoother, and there is no harsh line. If you enjoyed this tutorial, subscribe for more wearable glam and real-life makeup tips. And tell me in the comments, do you want the next one to be an everyday version or an even more dramatic night out version?